Hi guys, hopefully this is a video what could help a few people who's maybe a bit stuck, feeling a bit low, needs a bit of inspiration. I'll touch over a little bit well, I'm a bit nervous, as you can see. I've never done this before, so it's well out of my comfort zone, so I'm just going to be honest there. And everyone loves a bit of honesty, don't they? You can't go wrong with it. And I feel better now, thank you. So what it is when I was a young kid, I've had a lot of deaths when I was young. My mum died. No, my brother died first. My nan died. My mum died. The three key people in my life. The school never bothered with me. I was too sensitive, too this, too that. Didn't conform. I wouldn't stay still. I'm struggling to stay still now. But the moral of the story is, I was very sensitive as a kid. And I feel like there's a lot of people in the world what's very sensitive right now with everything going on. So I'll carry on with the story. I started using addiction, drugs, getting into trouble, a lot of trouble, and a lot of isolation. I've done over 5 years in different times, so I'm quite comfortable with isolation. I've been in and out of the fire so many times. When I mean fire, it's like going back into the madness, sorting your life out, then that not being enough, then going back into the madness. I know a lot of people resonate for that. There's a lot of that going on in the world. So the world is a bit, I can say, a little bit broken. And what I'm saying by going into the fire when I didn't really know why I was doing it. I just didn't conform. I didn't really fit into the world. I was really sensitive. I can pick up on people's energy and feel that I can feel what they're thinking, not thinking, feeling sometimes. And by doing that, it's hard to be around people, especially with, the way people, if they're in a bad mood or things like that. So I kept on going in and out of the fire, and for some reason, my resilience, I used to look at myself and think, why am I still getting back up? Why? I would always be like laid on my bed after going back through the madness, and it'd be, get up and go again. Don't let pressure control your mind. And this kept on happening and happening. And towards the end, I got sent down towards my late 30s. Is it? Yeah, my late 30s. And I'd done the 9 months, and I come back out after my daughter picking me up, thinking, right, this is final, this is. And I'd picked myself up so many times in my life. I didn't even believe my words, you know what I mean? But I've, 9 months away, again, I thought this is going to be the last time. And I'll come out, after 7 days, something kicked in to me and I must have said to myself, oops, sorry, I'll take that back. I can't do this. Then for some reason, I just ended up on a 20-day binge. And I ended up back in prison. As soon as I went into prison, I just said to some woman, from some services. I just said, look, I can't do this no anymore. I can't do this anymore. And I've lost it. Like, I've lost everything. Like, my daughter's not going to talk to me again. And things like that. It's the only person really. I've lost my daughter already. And what it is there's obviously, then they said, oh, we'll get you out. We'll get you, we can, if you do the right things in prison, we'll give you rehabilitation. And I'm thinking, what do you mean by that? And they were, well, we go rehab. And I was young, I was thinking it was only for the rich people. And yeah, so I've done another 9 months. I jumped through hoops. Done whatever they wanted me to do. I was thinking this is the only last option. All my life, I've done it all on my own way. No one's helped me. No one's fathered me. No one's mothered me. So really, I wasn't making the best decisions, was I? Not blaming anyone. It's just the way it was. It's just the way I believe, like, it was part of my soul contract. Sometimes you need to be going in and out of that fire. I say you keep on going in and out of fire, you come out, in the end you'll come out like gold. For all that pressure you're under, you'll come out like a diamond. If you're struggling with life, I've skipped forward a bit, but that's the way I am. It's the 80, whatever it is. And yeah, I forgot where it was. Yeah, there it was. Yeah, so you come out like a diamond. So I've ended up doing my treatment when I got out, moving to a different place, a different location, getting away from where I was born. It gave me the chance to breathe, no connections and things like that. And I would like to say I thought like it would save my life. It has saved my life, but it took a while for me to create a new life. Like the fact, like, I still had the same feelings of like, you know, where's the happiness? Where's the joy? Where's thingy? And to be honest, I had to go through the fire a few more times in this different location. But what I realised was I wasn't just one person, I was two people. I was fighting with my shadow. When I was Ricky, I was loving, caring, and everything, love, peace. But when things weren't enough for me, I would go back into thing, then my shadow side would come out. People think, you know, when it's light, you can see your shadow. And when it's dark, you ain't got a shadow, but your shadow's always with you. And go back into the fire again, with it not so much like having a different outlook and thinking, this is not going to beat me, this isn't going to control me. It's a bit mad, but this is my story. And for me to realise that I had a shadow, it give me more peace and more clarity that I wasn't a bad person. So the moral of the story is, if anyone's out struggling when they're their normal self, thinking they're a bad person, the way I alchemized it, or whatever way you want to say it, is you got to embrace your shadow side, because that's what a human being is. It's made up of good and evil, because every human being can do good and evil, but you can realise when the people say, when I'm a shadow, I'm not the same person. So stay in the light, embrace your shadow side, and use that for wisdom, use the wisdom to tell yourself, I've got a shadow side and I don't want that to come out. So that's just a little story, and there's little things been popping up for me lately. It's like, there's seen simple things, but I feel like for me, to be an authentic self, you need to love yourself. You know, you can't have any fear. You can't be stuck in fear. You need to let fear is not real, it's just temporary, and use the wisdom of your shadow side and tell yourself, you know, the only person you should fear is God, and maybe your shadow side coming out. You know what I mean? So use the wisdom for that. And I tell you what, be compassionate to yourself, be compassionate to others. And this is what I go by. By the grace of God, if I get the chance of another day tomorrow, or I wake up, I'll take a big deep breath and thank the Lord, and live every day. I know this just sounds cheesy, but live every day like it's your last, because you're not guaranteed tomorrow. I think everyone walks around like that's a given. Over 250,000 people die a day in this world. Do the statistics. I ain't even going to rub that out. Be true to yourself. Don't fall for illusions. Don't fall for masks. Drop the masks. Be your higher self. Higher your vibration. And like my daughter says, you get out of this life what you put in. And it comes back to being loving and caring. You know, all you need to do, be compassionate to yourself, be compassionate to others, and everything else will take care of itself. Pause.